Oh, who's ready for another backhand of gun controllers to start your Tuesday? Yeah, because we've got something breaking right now out of the 10th Circuit. You remember last few days when I covered something in the 9th Circuit where gun controllers in California couldn't actually enforce one gun in 30 days? You know, that whole thing? Well, now, in the 10th Circuit, New Mexico, the mini tyrant Lujan Grisham, you know, the woman who declared that guns were unconstitutional, like basically couldn't be allowed in the city? Yeah. She just got backhanded like this on her mandatory waiting periods as cooling off to buy a gun, a 7-day waiting period, regardless if you're being stalked, hurt, harmed, or anything, doesn't matter. Yeah, court just said you can't do that. Guys, the dominoes of gun control are falling. They have pushed the line so far, they're now getting pushed backward. You're holding the line and you are winning, and I will be annoyingly persistent in that fact. Every time that you grind like we grind together on this channel, this is not just about me telling you what's going on. We are organizing and orienting towards victory. This is the fight. And every single time you spread things like this out, you hit that like button, you subscribe to the channel, you're helping and aiding the distribution to show people that these are the tyrants are losing. That's massively important. So make sure you do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because not only are they losing, you also induce a traffic jam on the way home after overtime every time you do it. The gun controllers, they don't like it, so only you can make it happen. All right, guys. Of course, that's tongue-in-cheek, but now let's talk about something a little more serious, how you can help fund the mission. Listen, we design limited time design shirts, like the one that you're seeing, like I am wearing right now. Together, we are grinding for our country. Hard work, patriotism for the next generation. I'm not just going to sit here and tell you what's going on. I'm going to tell you how we're going to fix it. It's a law of averages. The more we grind, the more we push, the more we make it work. And this right here, available in charcoal gray, navy, and brown. Together, hard work, patriotism, we're grinding for our country. Designs on the front and on the back. You could look this amazing going into your fall football season, spreading what we believe, our hard work, our patriotism, and grinding together for our country. Or you could just look great going down range in an amazing piece of apparel that spreads all of your beliefs. Now, of course, guys, Second Press members get everything 10% off for life, so make sure you check it out in the description box below. Limited time design through Friday, and I will hopefully see your order in there soon to help fund the fight. All right, let's get into this, people. So all of this is available on my X profile at Braden LOA, but I want to show you what's happening out of New Mexico. Hannah Hill from NAGR just posted this, literally like 20 minutes ago. Fantastic news out of the 10th Circuit. New Mexico's 7-day waiting period to buy a gun infringes on the Second Amendment and is preliminarily enjoined. Guys, the waiting periods, the mandatory waiting periods, just got smoked in the 10th Circuit. A few days ago, I showed you how FPC just got this one in the 9th Circuit Court, where 1 in 30 gun limits just got smoked. Their empire is falling. They got all their money cut from USAID, and now all their lawsuits are losing. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a big piece of the fight. We are actively kicking them in the balls, and I'm here for it. All right, let me show you. Well, actually, I'm just going to jump over to the actual document here, because again, this is something that is much larger and broader than just the, oh, here's what's happening. This is where we are fighting. This is how we are driving. We are actively taking steps to defend our rights and take them back. That's the difference between this channel and others. I'm not trying to throw shade anywhere else, but the idea of just being observant is one thing that's passive. Acting on it is another. And this is a perfect example of driving and grinding towards their gun control regimes. All right, let me dive into this. As you can see, filed, United States Court of Appeals in the top right up there, 10th Circuit, August 19th, 2025. That is indeed today a great day. This is the case, let me get back over here, of Ortega and Scott versus Michelle Lujan Grisham. And I want to draw special attention to something else here. In her official capacity as governor of the state of New Mexico, Raul Torres, in his official capacity as Attorney General of the state of New Mexico, again, same people who banned guns in an entire city or an entire county, okay, same people. And then this little piece right down here. Look at that. Look at it. Oh my goodness gracious. If you guys sitting out there, wherever you are in any town USA, and you think that this is just the government going after your gun rights, you are completely wrong and missing a big part of the picture behind the scenes. The puppet master, yeah, that's these people. What I'm showing you right here, Brady's Center to Prevent Gun Violence and Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence. Wow, those are two main gun control groups in the United States. What are they doing going into lawsuits on behalf of New Mexico, the same woman who banned gun ownership effectively in Bernalillo, I still can't say it. You know what, a county. Bernardino. Screw it. Whatever. Started with a B. I can never say that name. But that's what they did. And look at that. The same guilty parties are tying together. Well, let me just get a little more antagonistic in this delivery because I'm going to enjoy this thoroughly. Because all these people, they're doing the same thing. It's in all the states, but they just got smacked around yet again. All right, let's keep on going. Good Lord, that name. Nope, we're just going to go with circuit judge right up there. New Mexico enacted a law in 2024 that imposes a categorical 7-day cooling off period for nearly all consumer purchases of firearms, no matter how urgent the need or how much physical danger a prospective buyer might be in. Buyers must wait 7 days before New Mexico deems them safe to carry firearms. It is not your responsibility as a state to deem if I can have a gun in 7 days per your standards. It is a right. It is not a if I have your permission. Flat out. It's just simply not. But this right here really highlights it, doesn't it? Giffords Law Center, the same people right up here, and Brady, Center for Gun Control, both of them, they are advocating for laws that are making women less safe, individuals who are in vulnerable situations less safe because they're a mandatory 7-day waiting period because they want one. Now, damned if you need a gun because you're being stalked or you feel unsafe or you just have a right to do so. No. That's not important. We have decided that 7 days is the right day. Read between the lines. I'm going to be very aggressive on this because you're infringing on people's rights and safety for your own desires. Let's keep on going. Let's see. Even buyers with previous firearms background checks or security clearances are not eligible for waivers for the prohibition, so it's anyone. Sounds like control, not safety. In short, the law requires no individualized reason to conclude that a prospective consumer is a danger to himself or the community, nor can anyone be excused from the waiting period because of personal danger. That's the point. It's not about safety, and it's not about protecting people. It's about that mandatory 7-day control period. That's the entire point. That's why we fight these people tooth and nail. That's why I go after these people a little more aggressively on these types of stories, because they are actively inhibiting people's safety in their own actions and their own rights for their own personal political desires. That's the whole point. If you're young, if you're new to the gun world, if you're a veteran, it doesn't matter who you are. This right here is actively putting people's desires and rights behind their personal preferences. That is wrong. It's not hard to see that it's wrong. It is massively wrong. Let's keep on going. Asserting their rights under the 2nd and 14th Amendments, Samuel Ortega and Rebecca Scott sued the state of New Mexico to enjoin the Waiting Period Act. The district court declined to preliminarily enjoin the law. It found that a 7-day wait did not infringe on the Second Amendment rights, since the right to acquire a firearm does not impede the right to keep or bear a firearm, and in any event, the Second Amendment tolerates cooling off periods. Absolutely not. Do you understand what they are saying? This is the exact same manipulative, backhanded, backstabbing, backbiting tactics that manipulative people do. Sure, you can have your keep and bear arms. Of course you can. You have the right to keep and bear them because the Constitution says it. But do you have the right to acquire it? It doesn't say you have the right to acquire a gun in the Second Amendment. It just says keep and bear. But before you keep and bear it, it doesn't say you have the right to acquire it. Okay, what? If you need to actually parse this out and splice that specifically, you're a villain. Hey, it says you can have the right to keep and bear arms, but not accessories. That's why this is so important. It's magazines. It's cooling periods. It's 1 and 30-day bans. All of these things are intentionally meant to basically curtail your rights for something that they prefer through a manipulation and backbiting underhandedness that only the gun controllers and the Democrats can manage to gin up. Let's keep on going. Because again, this is not only tyrannical, this is insanely insulting and very manipulative. Everyone needs to see this stuff. Please send it out. Anyway, here's the big backhand, which I solely enjoy. We disagree and reverse and remand. Good. Cooling off periods infringe on the Second Amendment by preventing the lawful acquisition of firearms. Yes, no kidding. Cooling off periods do not fit into any historical grounded exceptions to the right to keep and bear arms and burden conduct within the Second Amendment scope. No shit. In this preliminary posture, we conclude that New Mexico's Waiting Period Act is likely an unconstitutional burden on the Second Amendment rights of its citizens. We also conclude the other preliminary injunction factors are met and that plaintiffs are entitled to an injunction. Yes, they are. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Please see 1 in 30 bans. Please see New Mexico. Hey, gun controlling tyrants, take that and stuff it. And I'm honestly, guys, we need to have more videos of this tenor because we need to go into this element of relegating them to the dustbin of history, because this right here is so easy and transparent to see what they're trying to do and infringe on people's rights that it's very easy sell, which is why I come with a little more entertainment, a little more antagonism towards this type of crap. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this from the bottom of your heart. Sorry my phone's been going off. There's a medical emergency I'm dealing with in the background on some stuff. Not with me, with a close friend of mine. But yeah, so that's what we got. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.